Marahil, ang karamihan sa ating mga Pinoy alam kung ano ang naging history sa pagitan ng ating pambansang kamao, Manny Pacquiao, at ang legend ng Mexico na si Juan Manuel Marquez. Sa kanila nga pong 4 na laban, sa huli, si Marquez ang nagtagumpay gamit ang pampatulog na suntok na tumama sa ating pambansang kamao.
To end the 6th round. He hit him with a body shot. I don't know if he can get up from this.
Straight on the chin.
He got him on the chin.
Bukod kay Manny Pacquiao, may isa pa tayong pambato na nagpahirap kay Dinamita na si Jemrex Haka, tubong Dumaguete City, nanirahan sa Cebu. Nang sandaling iyon mga sir, may kartada ang ating kababayan na 27 na panalo, 2 talo, ang 12 dito ay tinapos via knockout. Habang si Marquez may 40 na panalo, 3 talo, 34 dito ay tinapos via knockout. Pag-record ng pagbabasihan, sure win ang hatol kay Marquez. Ngunit hindi nga po ganun ang nangyari mga idol. Lumaban ang sabayan ng ating pambato na si Jimrex upang agawin ng WBO Interim World Featherweight title. Kagaya nga po ni Pacquiao, kaliwete din si Jimrex Haka. Ating panuuri ng laban kung saan nagawang basagin ni Jimrex ang muka ni Dinamita.
War fight that I can remember. The only one was Pacquiao, but
He's younger in boxing years.
the boxing years is much younger. Herrera and
Making the fight a little more than anticipated.
Marquez in the traditional service. He's got to go up against a conventional fighter, and there you see Marquez land a straight right.
Marquez is fighting a lot more aggressive than he normally and punching with a lot more authority.
2 fights ago, he lost a decision that
KO tonight. I never heard him say something like that.
Yeah, and he's got caught with a beautiful straight left right there by Haka.
Haka doing work to the body, but Marquez spins him around and now goes to town in the corner.
This could turn out to be a much more exciting fight than we all expected.
It was a left hook from Marquez.
It's the same as Marquez. It means we have a good, exciting fight on our hands.
Marquez doubles up with the left hand
He's fighting a fast southpaw from the Philippines, but
between Juan Manuel Marquez and
When he fought Marquez.
when we go to the corner of Haka, they speak Tagalog, landing 18 out of 54, Haka 18 out of 80. And there you see how Harold Letterman scored the first round, and he gave it to the youngster from the Philippines. This fight was supposed to...
it was Marquez who did some of the hurting in that round, although
Marquez is a wee tad slower than he normally is, I think. He himself got caught with a right hook, even though...
Here we go, man.
you know, going into this in this fight, if Marquez can make adjustments and start to pull away.
He pulls back a lot, just enough to make Marquez, instead of throwing punches and just staying there,
To dominate as the rounds go on.
I don't know if he's going to be that effective. This guy seems to have his number here tonight.
And I've seen Haka miss a little bit more in this round than he was earlier.
Take it to another level.
See Mark
Starting to settle into the fight now. Haka unloads an uppercut. Haka's punch output slows down just a little bit. Marquez trying to steal another round. Jimrex Haka. Like the style of Jimrex Haka. I mean, this is
aggressively, but like he really's trying to take this guy's head off.
both fighters now passion in previous fights. He maybe then would have gotten the fights that he wanted to have. Or was explosive.
Yes.
Punches with a lot more speed and power than the Haka.
vulnerable still. He is fighting a southpaw with a good straight left hand, and that's put him in kind of the, you know, he's active against a guy like that. Might that not be an advantage against Pacquiao in a rematch?
But what I just
It's an even fight.
And you saw, and this was supposed to be a rebirth here for Juan Manuel Marquez.
got a watered-down version of Pacquiao right here in front of him.
This is why some fighters don't watch tape, and Haka says he doesn't watch tape of his opponents.
Well, gamesmanship maybe there by Marquez. Haka, he wanted to make sure everything was all good. Marquez wouldn't touch gloves.
Bad cutter when you see two heads bump together. That's what happens when two skulls crack.
I'll tell you what, if Harold's scorecard's right, that puts Marquez in some trouble.
And Marquez, you can tell, sensing he doesn't want the fight to be in danger because of the cut. Going to work here in the 5th round. This is the 5th fight that we know of with Haka.
More popular fighters.
Marquez shot a big volley trying to, get even after getting cut. Haka's trying to take control again.
Blood streaming down the right side of Marquez's face.
Time, no punching.
Landing 14 of 43, Haka 12 of 40. Juan Manuel Marquez.
Sometimes when fighters aren't, he lost to Freddie Norwood, controversially. Profile among the top fighters in this weight class. And he does seem to be fighting harder since the cut.
And he's, to me, landed more punches in the fight in the stretch.
Well, it wouldn't be a dramatic win if it wasn't against a determined guy.
Who seems to be unawed about this pro-Mexican crowd, who in particular they're excited about what after
Pockets.
Good right hand, good right hand.
Marquez landing flush upstairs on Jim Rex Haka.
Very determined fighter. Can't time it.
The blood streaming down on the right side of Marquez's face. You see him wiping it off. In between, firing big shots. Fellas, safe to say, not what we expected.
But I gotta say this, if the fight is stopped, you gotta score that partial round. 4-2, Marquez.
Punches, and Marquez punches good with both hands.
Fights.
Well, that is truly the case, I believe. I think he gets hit a little bit more than he used to, but he's...
Oh, nice uppercut by Marquez. And then he won it in his last fight.
Fighting a very good, exciting, power punching fight tonight.
And Juan Haka's getting the biggest payday of his career, as you mentioned, Max, $50,000. He says he plans on going back to the Philippines. He wants to build a house. He has a wife.
You can build a couple in the Philippines. He's really fighting a spirited, inspired kind of fight.
He says he has no other hobbies. Must know it's a second accidental headbutt. And you can see once again, Marquez wants to take matters into his own hands. Haka standing right there with him, going toe-to-toe.
But Haka came right to him and
He sure did.
netted punch for punch.
What an exchange!
Haka's going right to him. He's not taking it easy. Both guys are meeting each other head on.
Marquez's face in a furious exchange with a determined contender.
No, they're going for the knockout, both guys.
The right side of his face. A little odd there. Lawrence Cole telling Marquez he was ahead on the score.
Definitely odd. I very seldom, I don't recall ever hearing that.
His face is ripped open, and he wants to fight on.
How could Lawrence Cole have any idea?
Would quit knowing they were ahead in the fight.
They would just actually run the rest of the fight, even if there's no cut involved, just on points.
And the guys, a point that was just brought to my attention. Doing a nice job on that cut.
He's been always the boxing guy in his life, for he and his brother Raw. Rafael.
Haka now trying to do some work against the ropes, and he comes back. Oh, big left hook by Marquez. He doubled up, and it floors Haka.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm surprised
I don't think Haka knows where he is quite.
Nabiguman ang ating kababayan na si Jim Rex. Makikita naman natin ang trabaho na kanyang ibinuhos sa laban. Dahil na din sa sunod-sunod na kaliwang tumama at pagod sa laban, hindi na nagawang makatayo ni Jim Rex. Nabigyan naman ng magandang laban ang mga manonood at lalo na siguro ang veteranong si Juan Manuel Marquez. Sana nga po ay nagustuhan nyo ang video na to mga sir. Hanggang dito na lang po muna. Email na reports nga po pala. At muli, salamat.